Welcome back, everybody, for part 2 of the Tremor mod spotlight. And today we're going to go over weapons, tools, so on and so forth. Equipables, right? Well, equipables, usables. First chest here, we got swords. Swords galore, right? This mod is actually really heavy on melee weapons, not so much on magic or ranged. But first we have these first 6 are all the different gemstone swords. 15 of that gem, gives you like amethyst sword. Average speed, extremely strong knockback, all the way diamond sword. Same stats, they just increase in damage. Cool thing about these is they are auto swing, which you're trying to save your mouse button. It's awesome. They're not very fast. They do a decent amount of damage, but like I said, auto swing. Can't really beat that. And the next we have the water greatsword and the magma blade. These are made from mob drops for the most part. Be the different essences. Water greatsword shoots a water bolt with every swing. It's not auto swing, but with every swing, there's no cooldown for the water bolt. So that is definitely pretty handy, and now my guy's in the way. Okay, thank you. Magma blade doesn't shoot anything, but it's another 7 damage, I guess, on top of the water greatsword. Then we have the Murasamu, which is an upgraded Muramasa. Auto swing, relatively fast, and you end up with a free Aqua Scepter effect, pretty much. So, extremely fast speed, extremely weak knockback. Decent damage, but, well, it's a free Aqua Scepter, you can't really beat that, right? The Jaw Blade. This is made out of bony fragments. I think that's what it's called. Bone fragments from skeletons, whatnot. And it has an interesting projectile. It launches 6 bones per swing. And you can actually spam it relatively easily. So, not terrific damage, pretty much useless once you hit hard mode, but, like say, in the dungeon, you can definitely clean up with that. Let's see, we got the Graham Cleaver, which is your standard broadsword made out of the Graham bars. Same with steel. Then we have Meteorite, which auto swing weapon, decent damage made out of Meteorite bars. Something that has been lacking. Argite sword is not auto swing. Does look pretty cool. That's about it. Bronze greatsword, same thing, made out of bronze. This one, however, is auto swing, but the downside is, going over last video, bronze is copper and tin. Good luck getting both to spawn in your world, right? So you're gonna have to go through some rigmarole to get it, and it's only 11 damage. It's not that great. Coral Slasher, auto swing, made out of coral. However, let's just pop this open. Coral Slasher, get 5 coral. Odds are, by the time you get to the end of the world to be able to craft it, it's going to be outclassed by whatever you have. Actually, let's see. Like a boreal sword is an 8, and that's a lot easier to get, so I don't know. It's kind of up to you on that one. If you're going for a sea theme, by all means, go right ahead. Now, the Jaw Blade is actually an upgraded Bone Blade. I forgot about this part. The Bone Blade only fires 3 bones. And it's not auto swing, unfortunately. Let's just go ahead and do that, actually. Bone. Bone Blade is 25 cobwebs, 8 bone fragments at a demon altar. Excuse me. Was it the Jaw? Yeah, Jaw Blade is a bone blade plus 18 more bone fragments. So you find a lot of skeletons, relatively easy to get. I mean, bone fragments and cobwebs, oh no. Blade of Kings, I actually have no idea where to get this. I guess we can check this real quick. Yep. It's not craftable, might be sold by an NPC, I'm not completely certain. Insane knockback, fairly slow speed, not auto swing. Now, the Devourer of Hearts. Kind of a fun little weapon, actually. Same with Mana Eater. What these do, Devourer of Hearts, Whenever you hit something, it's a Vampire Knap's effect. You hit something, you get hit points back. The Mana Eater is the same thing, but for mana. So actually, this is a pretty decent weapon for a mage. And easy enough, 20 Graham bars, 2 mana crystals. Same recipe for... Oh, what was it? Sorry. The Devourer of Hearts only takes 2 heart crystals instead. So, there's actually a pretty decent use for Graham. Rusty Sword. This is dropped by impaled zombies. You're going to be fighting them a lot, starting the first night. And it's probably the quickest auto-swing weapon you're going to get. 8 damage, it's not great though, but, like I said, it's auto-swing. Claymore, this is actually bought from, oh, his name's Rishel right now, but from the warrior NPC from this mod. Same with the Ripper Knife, the Sai Sword, and something else. Don't have it at the top of my mind right now, so I couldn't tell you for sure. Orcish Broadsword is an enemy drop. Vortex Claymore. Look this up real quick. Now, the Vortex Claymore is craftable. Knight's Edge, Excalibur, and 3 Broken Hero Swords. Pretty expensive. However, where was it again? Here we go. 42 melee damage. It's slightly weaker than your Knight's Edge. Roughly comparable to an Excalibur. 3 Broken Hero Swords, though. However, it is extremely fast. It's got longer range than the Knight's Edge. And auto swing. No projectile though. So if you have those 2 swords and a Broken Hero Sword, you're 3 Broken Hero Swords, just make a Terrorblade. You're done. So that recipe is a little on the extreme side for what it is. It's a novelty thing. That's all I can say about it. It's outclassed in every way by the Terrorblade, which has the same exact crafting components. So, Nightingale Sword. Slow auto-swing weapon. Which is made from the Phantom Souls and steel. So, it's a bit of a pain to make, actually. Because these guys are hard mode enemies only. Steel bars require you to make the blast furnace and go get coal and iron or lead, which is kind of funny making steel out of lead, but go figure. The main problem with the blast furnace is it requires a bucket of lava, so you're going to have to go deep enough to get that. My guide is an idiot, standing in the way again. Necro Sword, Bone Fragments, and I believe Cobwebs still? Or no, Bone Fragments and Bones. Nope, Bones and Cobwebs. So it's kind of a sword for the Necro set, which doesn't need a sword. So I'm not too certain about this. It is auto swing, fairly short, actually really short range. And by the time you can get this, you can get like the Muramasa. So I don't see much of a point. Chaos Blade, made from Chaos Ore, of course. Not auto swing, which is a definite downside for a hard mode weapon. Looks kind of okay. It's got really nothing special going for it, though. I mean, it's fast, average knockback, not auto swing, meh damage. It's outclassed by the hard mode ores. So I really personally wouldn't even bother. Cyber Claymore, 100 melee damage. And it's got a 9% crit instead of a 4% like most weapons. And it shoots a wave. It is auto swing, so that is another bonus in its back. Now, a wave like this is both good and bad. Wave moves slowly, yeah, that's the downside. But it does pass through blocks, so that is a plus. I kind of hear me breaking vines off the distance. But it's slow, it'll be a little hard to aim, and you don't shoot enough of them rapidly enough to really kind of blanket an area. However, you know, flat surface like an arena or whatever, during a moon event you got a lot of guys charging you. Pretty good. I just wish it was faster. Infernality. Extremely fast auto swing weapon. Pretty good range, and damage, 12% crit. It's actually pretty good. The downside of this one, though, infernality. 25 hellstone, 12 obsidian bars. So now you're looking at another, what, 12 hellstone on top of that, so 37 hellstone plus a bunch of obsidian. 6 phantom souls. Those are a bit of a pain to get. 12 demon blood. These are dropped from the demons down in hell. You can get to pre-hard mode, post-hard mode, whatever. That's a lot of farming at demons, though. It's not a guaranteed drop. It's not a rare drop, per se, but it's not a very common drop, either. For what the sword does, and what you need to get together for it, I'd expect something more. Bloody Thief. 12 steel bars, 8 undead teeth, and Orichalcum Anvil. Now, undead teeth are dropped from hard mode zombie enemies, or undead enemies, really. Or, not hard mode, zombie enemies in hard mode. Okay, so this is a hard mode weapon. 37 damage, very fast speed, very weak knockback. Auto swing that's about it. It's got auto swing. Steel, you can definitely get that before hard mode and have it waiting for you. But you have to get an Orichalcum Anvil, and by the time you get that, you're into the hard mode or weapons. So, which I'm going to show you a few in a second, which outclass this, and are just as easy, if not easier, to get. First, kind of hammers and maces, non-tool hammers and maces, anyway, I should say. Slime mace, really super easy to make. Right, 50 slime or 50 gel at a workbench. Not hard to do at all. Not auto swing, short range, but it's gel. I mean, gel is stupid easy to get, and it does have strong knockback. Then we move on to the iron and lead maces. Pretty much it's the same thing, 1 damage higher for the lead. Extremely slow speed, extremely strong knockback. And it's not joking when it says extremely slow speed. It does have pretty good knockback though. But you'd be better served by making a broadsword. So, same iron and lead actually, I believe. Chicken mace. This is actually sold by the cooker NPC. Very slow, kind of a gag weapon more than anything else. It's only 20 damage, and it's actually relatively expensive, so... Double Blacksmith Hammer. Starting in hard mode, you're going to have double blacksmiths showing up during blood moons, even on the surface. This is, it's a drop from them. Fires off basically a demon scythe with every swing. So 23 melee damage. It's going to be weaker than your normal demon scythe, but it's a free demon scythe. So it's not horrible, not great. The bad thing about this is it's a hammer, but it has no knockback. None whatsoever. That's something you're going to notice a lot with Tremor mod is they seem to have got knockback a lot. The Crusher. Very slow speed, insane knockback. Not too bad unless you're against an enemy that ignores knockback. Then you're in trouble. It's only 30 damage, and it's not all that easy to make. It's molten parts, which are actually a drop from the Heater of Worlds. Magma crystals and fire fragments. It is pre-hard mode, but you gotta beat some, not extremely challenging boss, but if you're not careful, he will wreck you. To get this. It's not that great either. Not horrible, not great. It's kind of a going theme with the weapons from this mod. Chaos Smasher. Basically, extremely slow chaos weapon. Which you can't even get, actually. I believe that's actually a drop from the Chaos Worm. Does 85 damage. That's the good point. I guess auto swing it, that would be a good point, but kind of too slow to be usable. But moving on. 3 new boomerangs. The Bloomerang. This and a couple other items will make you severely hate the jungle. With prejudice. Let's see. Bloomerang. Wooden boomerang, 75 plant fibers. This is why you will hate the jungle. I'll get to that in a second. And 48 grass. Pretty much found anywhere in a wooden chest, and then you can get these anywhere. Pretty basic little weapon. It's only 9 damage. I mean, it's like an intermediate step between the regular boomerang, wooden boomerang, and an enchanted boomerang. Not great, not horrible. Average knockback, which is actually, I believe, less than a regular boomerang, so it is a little bit faster. That's about it, really. Maybe if you're doing like an elf challenge, that would be good. Boomerang. So, twice the damage here. It is faster, and if you look close, it actually does fire 2 of these things at once per throw. Pretty easy to make, actually, if I remember correctly. It's, yeah, 15 fragments, bone fragments, and 25 bones at Demon Altar. So, not a horrible recipe. The main downside is at a Demon Altar, so you can't really craft up the fly in the dungeon once you get the materials. You have to leave and come back. Not horrible. Then we got the Shurikarang, which is actually, I believe, sold by the warrior as well. Once you have beat Skeletron, I think. So, it's not great, not horrible. If you're looking for a melee weapon with range, there you go. That's about all I can say for that, though. And like most, weapons that are purchased, the cost is too high for how good it is. Alright, flails. Sea Smasher. One thing you're going to notice with all the flails in this mod, the chains are super thick. It looks kind of strange, actually, when you get down to it. But Sea Smasher is not craftable. I thought it was. I thought it was crafted from sea fragments. I guess I was wrong. So, I've never actually come across one of these before. I don't imagine it's a boss drop, so I imagine water chest find, maybe? Or a dungeon find. Now, the leaf ball looks really strange. Little tiny ball, huge chain. The chain is 3/4 the width of the ball. Oh, that's basically a craftable jungle weapon. 3 vines, 8 spores. Not horrid, right? And it says lead anvil. I hope to God that iron anvils work too, otherwise that just doesn't make a lot of sense. Then we have the Fallen Sky. Looks cool, it's got a little particle effect. The ball is actually quite a bit bigger, so it doesn't look as goopy with the huge chain. And it's your standard flail. That bad boy, though. Demon Altar, Sun Fury. So it's a little bit of an upgrade to the Sun Fury. Blue Moon, Ball of Hurt, and then the Leaf Ball. So the 4 pre-hardwood flails, combine them together. I wouldn't bother, because if nothing else, the Sun Fury does set things on fire, and you have the DOT from that. You don't get that from the Fallen Sky. You do get a little bit of a light effect, but Sun Fury has that as well. And get the Sun Fury. You pretty much get that when you get ready to go to hard mode anyway, and you're better served by other weapons. Unless you just have all 4 sitting around and you really love flails, in which case knock yourself out. Got a couple spears added. The Lance of Flesh. Which, looking at the sprite, you'd think it has a lot better reach, but it's the copper short sword of spears. That's all I can say about it. It has next to no range, maybe 3 blocks of range. Then we have the Popcorn Spear, which is not a whole lot better. You seem to be grabbing the spear right behind the head, poking things with it, while you have 10 foot of shaft behind you. The Popcorn Spear, I believe... Is it craftable? I don't know. No, it's not craftable. So that would be a drop from the somewhat removed corn buff. You stupid guide. Thank you. Yeah, so that would be a drop from the corn boss, I believe, then. Not that great. 19 melee damage, very fast speed, not auto swing. Yeah. Now, here's where we get into the stupidly expensive, oh my god, why did I bother weapons. Alrian. Auto swing, somewhat decent. Damage and range. Insane knockback. It's material. Use it to make the Galron. Now the Galron you use to make the Narsil. Now the Alrian you actually buy from this guy once, well, certain conditions are met, which I haven't met yet on this world. I believe it's actually you kill Skeletron. It might be when you go to hard. Which chest was in? There we go. Might be. I believe it's beat a boss or beat Skeletron, one or two. But okay, let's check out the recipe for Galron. If I could spell. Now Galron is an Alrian and 1 broken hero sword. 48 damage. Second legendary sword. And it says again, can be upgraded. So it's already, material-wise, roughly True Excalibur, True Knight's Edge. Right? So expect something that'll really kick ass, right? Got really good range, auto swing, decent speed. However, the other two swords have projectiles, this one doesn't. So yeah, not that impressed. Well, and then you upgrade the Galron to the Narsil. Lord of the Rings references abound. I believe. Oh well. Now the Narsil. Glorified Anvil, which is expensive enough in its own right. So we got a Galron, 3 broken hero swords, 25 Cyber Might, which you have to kill the Cyber King boss to get, and then 25 Hollow Bars. This thing better kick ass, right? 92 damage? Pretty good so far. Auto swings, about the same range as the Galron, no projectiles. I can't say I'm all that impressed by it. No, for the crafting ingredients, yeah, not that impressed by it, really. It's meh, I guess is the best way to put it. Okay, the next 4 weapons are the Cursed Flame Scythe and Blade, and you got the Ichor Scythe and Blade. So basically they're roughly the same. I'm just going to go ahead and look at the Ichor ones. Ichor Blade is 15 Crimson Fragments, 25 Ichor. The Scythe, 30 Ichor, 20 Crimson Fragments. So, basically you're looking at, just hanging out in Underground Crimson or Corruption in hard mode, getting stuff you need. The Blade, auto swing, decent range, pretty good damage actually, 47 melee damage. Does inflict the Cursed Flame debuff. Now the Scythe, just a tiny bit harder to get, is not auto swing, so that is a downside. Roughly the same range, half again as much damage, roughly. So 48 to 65, that's what, 17 damage difference? Yeah. So it's your choice between auto swing or more damage. But a melee weapon that automatically inflicts Ichor, come on here. Doesn't matter how crappy it is, you're going to use it once, smack your enemy, and then switch to something stronger and just wail on them. Or Cursed Flame DOT. Kind of your choice there. But now the Dark Scythe and the Dark Excalibur. These guys are, see, Dark Excalibur. 2 Excaliburs, 8 Dark Bars. So we're going from 47 melee damage auto swing to 56 melee damage. Which, open wrong chest again, is also auto swing. That's a lot of Hollow Bars. Plus you have to beat the King Slime, or Dark King Slime boss. And then we have the Dark Scythe, which is a regular scythe, which is actually a pretty hard mode weapon. Demon Knight and Shadow Scales. And then 7 Dark Bars. Auto swing, great range, See, yeah. Between the two, I would go with the Scythe over the Dark Excalibur, unless you're going for the true Dark Excalibur, which you lose the auto swing, but it shoots a relatively fast projectile. And the true Dark Excalibur is a Dark Excalibur Broken Hero Sword. So that one's actually not terrible, but you still have to do a lot of halobars to get it. And there's no option to upgrade this to a Terrorblade, so I would stick with the vanilla swords when it comes to using Broken Hero Swords. Alright, next, moving on to the Scythes. And you can see here, we actually have a lot of them. Now, Undead Scythe, not auto swing, does shoot off this wonderful projectile. Scythe. Undead Scythe. Crimson Altar, Zombie Flesh, Bone Fragments. Relatively easy to get. This... Wrong test again. Oh, 20 melee damage. This could actually be your first, like, projectile melee weapon. Swings relatively fast, fires a shot with every swing, there's no cooldown on this. And whenever it hits, you get a bone explosion. Looks like 5. And for what it is, and what it's made out of, that's actually a pretty good weapon. That's actually worth making. Regular Scythes, Demonite and Shadow Scales. Picture slightly stronger, auto-swinging Lightsbane. Sorry. Let me get it. There we go, I had a tickle in my throat, sorry about that. Now we move on to the hard mode Scythes. Starts with Cobalt, goes all the way up to Chlorophyte. Excellent range, auto swing. Yeah, I remember earlier when I was talking about how... Oh. Which one was it? Like Bloody Thief and stuff. Once you get to hard mode, you're going to have access to better weapons a lot earlier. This would be the better weapons. Cobalt Scythe, Palladium, Mithril, Orichalcum, Adamantite, Titanium. Let's say you get up to, like, Adamantite level. Great range. It's kind of goofy looking sprite, but not bad. I don't know why there's a shield right below the head, but okay. Auto swing, 44 melee damage, average knockback. Hallow, it goes from 44 damage to 60 melee damage. It's got roughly the same range. And then you got Chlorophyte, which you shoot the Chlorophyte Claymore's orbs, but you shoot a lot of them. And I mean a lot. You increase your melee speed, you're shooting even more. There's no cooldown on that. So if you're looking for a good melee weapon, like the best melee weapons from this mod, just stick with Scythes. I mean, you can get your first one before the Eater of Worlds, you know, with the Undead Scythe. Or you can get, you know, the Scythe, which is Eater of World. Is there an option for a Crimson variant of it? Yes, you can actually make it out of Crimtane or out of Demonite. It's 8 bars, 8 Shadow Scales, and 25 wood. At that point in the game, 25 wood, negligible. Yep, so 19 damage, auto swing, and then as soon as you get to hard mode, you get access to the Cobalt Scythe, and then on up. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. Okay, one thing this mod does add that is kind of cool, though. If you're a drill fan, it adds pre-hard mode drills for every ore. So you get the materials to make your pick, you can actually choose to make a drill instead. These things actually have knockback too, which is kind of cool. But copper all the way up to molten, if you look at it, they actually have 1% more pickaxe power than the actual pickaxes themselves. Doesn't make a difference. It's just a way to differentiate them, I think. But there's no noticeable... I mean, maybe you might break it a millisecond quicker, but I doubt it. Then we have Argite, Pick, and Chain Drill. I was kind of ragging on these in the previous video, but they're... Well, first of all, it's a pick with no knockback whatsoever. The drill has knockback, but the pick doesn't. And this guy you can mine meteorite with. How many people want to mine meteorite with a pick with no knockback, though? Meteor heads are extremely susceptible to it, and they will wreck you if you don't bat them out of the way or something. Steel pickaxe, 44 pickaxe power. It's really not worth it. I mean, you get 40% roughly from an iron pickaxe to 44%. And steel requires iron and coal, so it should be a little better than it is, but it's not. And then you have your steel drill, roughly the same, 2 melee damage. Huzzah. Then we have our chaos pick and chaos drill. It says dig to be treated. No idea what that means. Maybe it's supposed to get better when you use it. I've not noticed, though. And then we have the wonderful wooden pickaxes. Now, you notice when you start the mod, you start with a copper axe, and that's about it. So you have to make your own picks. Like a wooden pick, 15% pickaxe power. That's it. Takes 7 hits to go through stone. All the way up to the memorial, which has 20% pickaxe power. I think it knocks down to 5 hits to go through stone. So if you start next to, like, say... you never start next to the jungle, really, but if you start next to the ice biome, or to, like, a crimson, or corruption, that's the word, then I would just make those if you can, or journey cross country, get yourself a rich mahogany pick. It does make a bit of a difference. And since usually the first day is kind of checking out your world and seeing what you're doing, you can go a little bit without digging stuff up. Then we have various picks added by this mod. Coral pickaxe. It's made out of coral. So if you're going for a sea-themed stuff, coral, alright, cool. If not, I wouldn't really bother. It's not like you ever start next to the ocean, and by the time you get there, like I've said before, you probably have better gear. Especially if you're having to go through corruption or crimson to get there. And then go diving for coral. Yeah. And then we got bronze. Not bad, but it's a bit of a hassle to get. Now we have fossil stuff as well. Remember the fossil armor from yesterday? You can make a pick out of it. 50% pickaxe power. So that puts it on par roughly with, like, silver and tungsten. But this one has no knockback. That's the point against it, because you can mine meteorite with it. And get eaten alive by meteorite heads. The jungle pick, 56% pickaxe power. So pretty good. If you're doing a race to get into the jungle, you can grab the stuff for this sucker pretty quick. And go up to meteorite without a problem. But you never spawn next to the jungle, so yeah, you gotta go adventure for a bit. What is... jungle pickaxe. 7 spores and 10 stingers. So you're in for a fight trying to get that stuff. But I guess if you can't... Seriously, dude? Thank you. But if you can get it, go for it. It's actually pretty good. You know, it can break meteorite, so that is a point as bonus. Meteor pickaxe, I think actually that should be higher, personally. It's a pickaxe made out of meteorite bars. Enough said there. But it's only a 58% pickaxe power. So it can break meteorite. But it can't break, like, ebonstone or anything. And I'm thinking if you're gonna be spending meteorite bars to make a pick, at least bump it up high enough. Maybe not to hellstone level, but you should be able to, you know, be somewhat more useful than, like, a gold pick. Graham pickaxe. It's got no knockback. It's relatively fast. Graham is actually rather plentiful though. So, I guess, yeah, you can go ahead and make it if you want to. Don't see much of a point. The vanilla stuff's just as well served. And something weird is there's drills for all the vanilla stuff, but there's no drill for Graham. Or meteor. I mean, any pickaxes added with this mod, well, except for these two here, don't come with drills. So, strange. Obsidian pickaxe. And you notice the A in pickaxe is actually capitalized, so it's pick and axe at the same time. Awesome, right? 95% pickaxe power. Not bad. Downside is you can't mine cobalt with it. Cobalt or palladium. And given that, I don't know why you bother making this thing. Because you'd be better served off with a molten pick, and a ham axe. Because with this thing, you're still going to need a hammer. So it's either this thing and a hammer, and then have to make a multi pick when you get to hard mode, or you just skip it anyway. I guess this is okay if you have a lot of obsidian, not a whole lot of hellstone. Yeah. Luxor pickaxe. 65% pickaxe power. Got a +1 range. Insanely fast speed. Oh, unpackaged. This is like the pre-hard mode. Everything in front of me is gone. Oh, how do you make that now? I can't remember off the top of my head. If you're doing a large clearing, materials and whatnot, this is great. Argite pickaxe, 8 gold coins and 3 opals. Freaking expensive, but it's almost at the Shroomite digging claw speed. And it has a +1 range, where, you know, the Shroomite's actually a -1 range. But, run into hard mode ores, can't break it. Run into Ebonstone, you're screwed. Hellstone, same thing. Obsidian, you can't even get through that. And then we have the Solar Drill Axe. Insanely fast speed, 35 melee damage, 230% pickaxe power, 130% axe power, +2 range. Basically, think Shroomite Digging Claw plus. And Solar Drill Axe is a pick saw, 1 solar essence, which is a golem drop, and 10 lizard bars at a chlorophyte anvil. This is, terraforming your world? I guess would be the best way to do it. If you want to knock a huge hole into the air, world, go for this. It will do it. By that point in the game, though, you don't need, unless you're making farms and stuff, you don't really need it. Which is kind of sad. Because there's nothing like Cybermite, I think, actually spawns in the world after you beat the Cyber King, but that's about it. And it's not required to break that, so I'm not sure why the pickaxe power is so high, but it is. Alright, moving on, we have axes and hammers. So you got a fossil axe and Graham chopper. Alright, cool. 55% axe power, 75% axe power. Easy enough. Then we have a fossil hammer, a Graham hammer, and the obsidian warhammer. So that complements out your obsidian set, but like I said, I really wouldn't bother with that. Just simply, you can't use it that well when you get to hard mode. It's a downside. Coral ham axe, excuse me, bronze ham axe, steel ham axe, argite ham axe, and chaos ham axe. All ores from this mod. Again, break to be treated, no idea. Not bad. If you don't mind the fact that basically you have these first 4, you have a hammer with no knockback. These have knockback, but the ham axes don't. And then it adds vanilla ham axes for pre-hard mode. Copper to platinum. Basically, just take one of hammer and an axe of that ore, put them together, done. It's basically just to save inventory space, but again, no knockback. Then we have the hard mode hammers. Don't know why, but okay. Basically better damage, I guess. Cobalt Warhammer, Palladium, Mithril, Orichalcum, Adamantite, and Titanium. They're all very slow speed. 50 damage from the Titanium Warhammer, and 89% hammer power. You're probably just as well served by using the Pwn Hammer, which is actually technically the Hallow Hammer. So I'm really not liking these being added, because, well, it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, does it?